Before starting, first of all, we thank all of you to be there. We're looking forward to hearing from you, but I'd like to introduce Senator James Lankford, who would participate in an introduction of Mr. Slavonic.
Senator Elf, thank you for that. Allow me to be able to just step in for just a moment. I'll be brief, but I want to be able to introduce to this committee as well Greg Slavonic. Greg is someone that I not only know, but I know extremely well. He's been my chief of staff for the last 3 years that I've been here in the Senate. When I transitioned from the House, serving 4 years in the House, to then serving in the Senate, we started looking for a chief of staff that could help us in this process. And I found Greg Slavonic basically out without his time being well used. Greg Slavonic started as a seaman recruit in 1971 and advanced after 30-plus years in the Navy all the way to a Rear Admiral. He has served both active duty and reserves. He has been a solid person to serve in multiple different theaters, and you've got his list of all his different medals and ribbons and such as well. But he's been a solid leader for us in our state and for the United States in the Navy for all these years. When I reached out to him, he was unofficially retired. He was working multiple different media outlets and other places, but reached out to him and asked him to be able to step back up and serve his country again. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that his country is asking him to be able to serve in this role as well. He would be a solid leader for the Navy. He's someone who brings a wealth of experience both for active duty and reserves, and that is a great asset to be able to have somebody that has a good perspective on both those areas. And after decades of service to our nation, he is well suited for this task. So he's not only a friend, but I think he'll be a solid leader for our country and the Pentagon as well. So thank you for allowing me to do a brief introduction of him and my overwhelming support for him.
Thank you so much, Senator Lankford. I agree wholeheartedly in your remarks.